Hey YouTube, what's up? This is another request from Adeline that she had in the same comment, and it is PvP teams versus PvE teams. Now, PvP teams that I personally have is Lulu, Kiki, Lee, Ari the Mermaid, and Rika. The reason being is in PvP, your plus stats to certain damages are not as increased. If you've ever noticed, if you've clicked on them while you are attacking, your water damage, instead of plus 60, I believe it's a cut in a third, it would only be plus 20. But your crit rate stays, and your perfect attack, I believe, is cut down, but it's still very, very effective. Now let's see if I have a PvP ticket to go off of. And yes, we do have one. In this case, we will attack the top team, attack defense, just to show. So right there, water, it's basically cut in half. It's 34% instead of the 60. Perfect attack is cut down from, at this point, what it should be is, what is that, 125 and 350. Or what is she, 350? Should be 400, so that's cut a little less than half. Crit rate is, it should be, I have a 5 bonus in my stats, plus, so it should be around 33, so that's cut in half. My defense is not cut in half at all because I don't have any bonuses to defense. I have stat points in there, but I believe that's 12%, and then you use the 10% in, or 20% stat booster. So in this case, I mean, the 34% water damage is still good, especially if you have a very limit broken character, in this case, which my mermaid is very limit broken. So that will still benefit her, but it's not as effective, personally, to me, to my opinion, in crit range. The crit range is, god damn it. Went to click on the cleric and I guess I double clicked her. Still shouldn't be an issue. But the crit is very nice. It hands down is probably the best stat. If you see, probably in the top 100, I want to say at least 50% of the teams are crit teams, and that's the Samurai, Kiki, and Lee the Monk. That's usually the crit team. Very rare that you'll see any other crit team, and that's just because their stats are very, very good. So my recommendation is perfect attack power, crit. So always use a Lulu or Rika or Bard for your perfect attack power. Then if you need help getting up in rank, then I would just run a crit team. And there are very few but good in between crit using characters. The Samurai, as you see, this is with her just without being limit broken, 14 crit with a 46% critical. So you add that into her getting bonuses also from Lee and Kiki, and she's up near 70-80% crit. And you stack her with some attack gems, and she's doing good damage. Also with slashes, her skill every 24, you might be able to get it off twice in the same match. So she is very, very effective. There are a few other attack crit characters, one being the Thunderlord. She has 16% crit, attacks a single enemy, basically would kill a single enemy in one special attack, but her regular crit chance is pretty low at only being 13. The other one is Nina the Ninja, 43%, very similar to the samurai, attacks differently than the samurai does, and her skill is 75% chance to automatically kill an opponent. 17% crit chance for team is very nice. So if you do have samurai and you're running Nina as well, you have both of them, and you also get somebody that's going to give you +2 attack, a decent amount. Say you want to run an attack team, then by all means run an attack team, 2 crit, whatever, because you're going to have to play it by what you have. But basically, don't run an all single elemental team in PvP, being the reason somebody, if you run an all grass team, or wood team rather, then somebody can run an all fire team and easily beat you in PvP. Unless they're not smart and they run their same water team that they have against you, your grass team, wood team won't be as efficient. So try to go critical. If you get a Luna or Ming, you can run 2 criticals, Kiki and Lee, and then her in the middle, so she's giving bonuses to both those critical chances. Now, for PvE, it depends on what you're doing. Tower of Tribulation, I've seen when I do it, I've been stuck on 98 for a while. But when you do it and on a farm team, you can use basically your PvP team. If you have a perfect attack team, it's easily going to defeat those. But bosses, you're usually going to look for a healer. This team, the only thing I would edit is I would probably replace either Lee or Kiki with my tanks a lot. That being, so he's taking damage. He has a very good taunt, so he will taunt the enemy bosses, enemy characters, and you want a healer because Clara is going to possibly revive him if he dies, and he has a lot of health, and she's also going to heal the entire team. Unless, I mean, we all get very unlucky and she gets focused sometimes, and then you're just SOL. So same thing with dungeon. When you're advancing in dungeon, I would recommend, we'll go to team edit, I would recommend using maybe 2 elementalists or an all attack team. By all means, an all attack team is very, very effective. I've just never gotten very good attack characters. As you see, I mean, that's a decent team. Cerberus and the Knight are both very good. Let me back out, because when you click on them without backing out, they will adjust. So he gives plus attack. He's got good health. The Knight. Cerberus also gives the same amount of attack, has very good health. A little low on defense. But I use tanks a lot if I ever use an attack team, because now he's giving them all defense. He's getting bonuses from attack, and his attack is very, very good as well. As you see, over 5k. He's got a lot of health, a lot of defense, and he's getting bonus to defense. A lot of bonus to defense. Super skill's not too great, but we'll live with that for the rest of his benefits that he has. So by all means, use an attack team if you have it with a tank. Cosmo is a good tank. The Knight the Troll Knight is also a good tank. Especially if you can limit break them, you find a few of them and limit break them. By all means, they are good. Another PvP type of team you can use is if you have somebody with a good skill to where they're going to take out multiple opponents, not just one opponent. Like Lee attacks all enemies with 920% attack. I'm not worried about him suffering 20% health, because he's probably going to crit some of them and do a very, very large amount of damage. If that's the case, where you have a team where, say, you have 1 or 2 people that can do, characters that can do, I want to say AoE attacks, then by all means you can run a PvP team with mana recovery rate increase, and that would be Valkyrie, and also, where is he at? There he is, Orc Hero. Orc Hero is, of course, the better of the two. He would give you more percent, but it's also cut down in half again in PvP. But it's still very, very effective. You can either run one and not the other, or you can run both. It's all based on what you have. Another good support class that you can use, say you're running an attack team with a healer, but you don't have a Lulu. Another good player to run is if you have a Meekin. A Meekin at 5 stars would be attack heal plus 130% for 3 chains. Now 3 chains is very common and very obtainable at any time. She is also very good for PvE if you run like that same attack team without Lulu, or you replace one of the two, either the Knight or Seabris, or you even replace tanks. Now you're getting a very large amount of damage before you even get into your perfect attack. So by all means, it's what you have, but always remember to use, it's always good to use a support class in there with your team. Either perfect attack power or a chain. Now there's some characters that their chains just aren't very good, and we'll go into this real quick too. Goblin Tank, 65% for 2 chains. It's okay, it's decent. 65% for 2 chains. You could get probably 2 chains off multiple times in that same attack, but then your perfect attack is hit because your 2 chain attack is not going to be as effective as a 3 or 4 chain attack. So that's the reason why she's not that good. So don't really rely on her. Healer wise, there's always the 2 better, and the only reason they are better is because of their revives a fallen team member at each turn percent chance. Clara and the Black Magician have the highest 2%, so they are the best 2 healers. They also have good heal, good defense, and good HP compared to everybody else. I don't have anybody else 30 plus 5 for healers to really show you the difference, but you can always click on the book, go into characters, and that's what they would be at 30 plus 5 when you click on them. So don't be afraid to compare stats. I've taken screenshots of each one before and compared them from attack to defense to everything. Now Joy has a little more defense, but she has less heal and less health. Cleric is by far, she has more health. She has defense that's almost similar. She's only maybe 100 off, but her heal is a lot higher as well. So you just got to go with what you have as well, but also I wouldn't so much, if you have both, don't evolve one instead of the other. And that's about it. There's Cosmo. So defense, if you want to run it, you could also use that for your PvP, is run a defense opponent. By all means, it's what you have. If you want to ask me what you should use and you list a few of your characters in the comments section, by all means, I will help you out. No problem. I'll give you my opinion. Of course, you can take it or leave it. It's up to you. There's a lot of teams I could run. Like I could run an all grass team if I wanted to, but to me it's not as effective as a team where you have multiple elements. Now if you are running a dungeon with the main element of the dungeon is fire, like Area 5, by all means don't run a grass team with water. You run all water. If you have multiple water characters, by all means run all your water, and it will benefit you that way. Just play to your play to the strategy and play to your advantage when it comes to PvE. Now PvP, of course, your defense team you want to set up for your best possible defense, which would be a little bit of each. Run each element. Another defense team I also ran would be tanks, Clara, Lee, and the Mermaid. Now they're getting defense bonuses. They're getting heal with a chance to revive. Lee and Arya are both limit broken, and they are both very strong characters, and Lulu. So my perfect attack is there as well. So I mean, there's millions of combinations you can use. It's up to what you have, what you get, what you can limit break. So don't be afraid to ask. Don't be afraid to test the waters a little bit with a different combinations. Just remember, when you're on defense, you can't select your opponents. Your opponents are going to select you. So what's going to be the best to your advantage? I would always use a healer. Another thing would be, when you are attacking, you don't need a healer as much, because if you use more perfect attack, you get a 3 chain off. Now you can possibly take out 1 or 2 of their characters at one time, so you don't have to worry so much about them having a 5-on-5 battle at that point, because you are attacking them first. So just to recap real quick, PvE, play to your advantage, play to possible strategy. Tower of Tribulation, you're probably not going to advance the first try on boss battles unless you get some type of very, very good team increase from one level to the next. So don't be afraid to test and fail multiple times on that. And PvP, always remember, if on your defense team, always give them plus defense and a healer, or one or the other. Definitely always, probably 100%, I would recommend a healer. The defense is up to you. Also, use elements that will possibly win you the game. If the person attacking you has left is a water, and you have a Lee in the game left, by all means, you're on an advantage already to win that. Same thing, fire to grass. If you have a fire left and they have a Lee left, then you are more likely to win if you did not. So thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to comment, request anything you want to request, and don't forget to subscribe so you can keep up with all my videos. If you have any questions about any teams that you might be running in PvP or PvE, I will try to answer them with my best of my ability. So thanks for watching, and until next time.